We're spoiling every MCU movie. I wanted to do a series to prepare for Avengers Doomsday. This concept is completely inspired by Horror Chronicles spoiler series. If you haven't checked her out, please go do so. We're going in release order, so next up is The Incredible Hulk. But first, my name is Matt. I talk about all things nerdy, from movies to anime to TV shows. If you're into that kind of thing, please drop a follow. This movie opens up with Bruce Banner hiding out in Brazil. Through a quick opening montage, we learn that Bruce was involved in an experiment trying to recreate the super soldier serum that made Captain America. This experiment went horribly wrong, turning Bruce into a giant green monster every time his heart rate gets too high. Since then, Bruce has been on the run from the military, specifically General Thaddeus Ross, who wants to turn him into a weapon. While living in Brazil, Bruce works at a bottling factory, spending his free time searching for a cure for his disease. He communicates with a mysterious online personality known as Mr. Blue, who believes he can help reverse Bruce's condition. Bruce also does everything he can to stay calm to prevent himself from transforming. Unfortunately, that becomes a lot harder when a drop of Bruce's blood contaminates a soda bottle, letting General Ross's team know exactly where he is. Ross dispatches a special forces unit led by Emil Blonsky to capture Bruce. The operation goes about as well as you'd expect. Bruce transforms into the Hulk, tears through the factory, and escapes, leaving the soldiers completely outmatched. After losing Bruce, Blonsky becomes obsessed with the Hulk's power. He believes that with enough enhancements, he can become something even stronger. Meanwhile, Bruce travels back to the United States to meet up with his old girlfriend, Betty Ross, who is also General Ross's daughter. But Betty still cares about Bruce, and she agrees to help him look for a cure. Together, they track down Mr. Blue, who turns out to be a scientist named Samuel Stearns. Sam reveals that he's been studying Bruce's blood and believes he's found a way to cure him. The issue is that Stearns has created a huge supply of gamma-irradiated blood samples, which is probably not the safest thing in the world. Before they can complete the treatment, Ross arrives and captures Bruce, taking him into military custody. At the same time, Emil Blonsky volunteers for an experimental procedure with the new super soldier serum. The treatment enhances his strength, speed, and durability, but at the same time starts warping his mind. The more power he gains, the more he wants. After realizing that Bruce may actually be close to finding a cure, Ross agrees to let Stearns do the treatment. For a brief moment, it appears to work. Bruce turns back into a normal human. The problem is that Blonsky isn't satisfied. He wants all of Hulk's power to himself. He forces Stearns to inject him with Bruce's blood, which creates an even bigger problem. The combination of the serum and the gamma-irradiated blood turns Blonsky into a creature known as the Abomination. Unlike the Hulk, Abomination fully embraces the destructive power and goes on a rampage through the city. With no other options left, Bruce realizes that the only person who can stop Abomination is the Hulk himself. So he escapes custody, leaps from a helicopter, and transforms on his own. What follows is a massive battle between the Hulk and Abomination in the middle of New York City. At first, the two seem evenly matched, but the Abomination's brutality seems to give him the upper hand. Eventually, Hulk gains the advantage and almost kills Blonsky before Betty comes in and stops him. The military arrives and takes Abomination into custody while the Hulk disappears before anybody can capture him. General Ross is left to deal with the aftermath. Stearns gets contaminated with some of Bruce's blood in the chaos, hinting at more complications in the future. And Bruce once again goes back into hiding. The movie ends with Bruce working on controlling his transformations rather than just trying to cure them. And for the first time, he appears to be making progress. And just like the last movie, if you stick around past the credits, there is a post-credit scene where Tony comes to meet with General Ross and tells him about a team that they're putting together, hinting at everything else that's about to happen.